All right, let me start the.
Took you long enough, huh?
Yeah.
Another episode, another technical difficulty, delayed start from Jack Witt.
Hey, false start on the offense.
All
Everybody
right.
but the center.
Everybody but the center. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the You Don't Know Ball podcast. I'm Isaac. Here's my
I'm Jack.
co-host,
And I'm
Yeah.
Alex.
and Alex. I appreciate everybody's support from our last episode. We were very thrilled to hear that you guys enjoyed the first episode. I had a couple people come up to me and say that our first draft was funny, or we didn't know what we were doing. Any sort of support was great to hear, and keep it coming. We appreciate it. So today we're going to start off the episode a little bit different. We're going to start off with a stadium guess quiz, just for a little fun for us, see if we even know what we're talking about. But let me share this real quick. All right. So the first stadium we have is pretty obvious to me who plays here, but I'll let you guys answer it.
I'm gonna guess the Tide.
Yeah, it's the Tide.
Yeah, wow, what a great guess. We're correct.
Woo!
Look at that. one for one. All right. I'm guessing Arkansas.
I'm gonna guess Arkansas too. Dude, this quiz is dumb with all the it's got all the pictures in it of the end zones.
I know, it's dummy easy. Oh, here we go.
Calls
Who we
Spartan
taking?
Stadium
Who
home.
we taking?
It's gotta
Alex.
be Iowa State, bro. This one's
Spartan
fooling us.
Stadium. Huh?
I'm
Alex,
It's
you wanna
fooling
answer
us.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna be the team I really like.
this? No, Alex, I want to hear you answer this.
I know which team it is, and I know which team beat the living crap out of them last year in the
Okay.
Say it, Alex.
biggest
let's not-
blowout
let's not-
at that stadium, Michigan State.
You might remember him from 2021.
All right, here we go. This is gonna be a tough one. What are we looking at here? I see Nebraska right here, I think.
I'm looking at Ndamukong Suh's old stomping grounds.
Yep.
Roll
I'm thinking
Cornhusker.
so. I'm thinking so. We're going Nebraska. Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
far we're what? 4 for 4? It's pretty good,
Yep.
pretty easy. This is South Carolina.
No
Nice.
disagreement.
No disagreement. And got it. 5-5. We'll do 3 more. 12th man. This is an easy one. This is where my boys in blue and gold are playing their opening week
Against the Aggies.
against the Aggies. Texas A&M. Here we go. This will be our last one if we get it wrong.
That's Oklahoma.
Is it?
I was gonna say Oklahoma. That's the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I was guessing Louisiana State.
There you go.
There we go. Got it. All right. Well, we can do one more. Here you go, Alex. You can answer this one too.
Yeah, that's Ohio State.
There you go, Blake Hawkins. There's your Ohio State content for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks for sticking through that with us. We thought it was fun. I hope.
We're gonna
There's
get something more challenging next time.
Yeah,
For sure.
there's literally no good college football stadium like trivia questions because they're all like easy. Or like,
They don't call it cold opens for nothing.
yeah, no kidding. All right, well, we're gonna get into our content now. So last episode was the offensive college football fantasy draft. This week, I bet you guys won't have a tough time guessing what it is, but we are doing the defensive side of the ball. We're doing the defense college football fantasy draft. So we had a couple of options for what kind of defense we want to run. I think we decided on a 5-3.
5-2.
5-2, sorry, 5-2. So we 5-2, and we got our players, and we're ready to roll. So let's find out who the first pick is again. Alex and Jack have been arguing about it all week. So I'm actually really excited. I don't really care where I land. So here we go.
Come on,
Moment
baby.
of truth.
Hit it again.
The first pick is Alex Rowe.
Damn.
Yeah! Yeah!
It's got to be rigged, man.
Alex is really excited about that. He's been, I think I heard him praying about it last night. So good win for Alex this episode.
Just want to say thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
I used to pray for times like this. All right, so this is me and Jack. Let's see who's next. Isaac Rowe.
my-
Jack is
Oh,
loud.
This man's rigging it. He's just getting second every time.
No, I can't even show you. I
I bet,
Whatever.
yeah, I bet.
I mean, I'm second.
Hey, that's
I'm
fine.
cool with the second pick. So
That's fine.
with that said, let's get into the draft. Our first position group is going to be our first D tackle. So this is a position that everybody was talking about. I feel like everybody in college football world now is recruiting D tackles, and they're just selling crazy. They're recruiting crazy, and if you look at all the transfers and recruitings, they're all mainly D tackles because everybody wants to build a brick wall like Michigan did last year, what the Tide have had, and one of the most important positions. So let's kick it off with Alex. Go ahead.
Okay, so with my first pick, I know that this was definitely on Jack's draft board.
This is on
and-
everyone's, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Man.
And I don't want to be that Michigan fan that picks Michigan people again, like last episode. So I'm trying to spice it up, but this one I just cannot pick somebody else. I'm going to go Mason Graham on this one. And Mason Graham, this kid's going to be even more of a superstar than last year. I mean, the plays that he had in the Rose Bowl game and the final drive of the overtime session is like we wouldn't have won that game without him and those plays. So I'm gonna go Mason Graham with that one.
Yeah, no arguing with you there. I mean, everybody had this guy on their number 1 or number 2 pick because he was an absolute animal. Like you said, that overtime game against Bama really showed he brought himself to the stage and to the center light. So he's looking forward to what he's going to do this next season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always think about that Alabama game, and Mason Graham came up so huge in that game last year. Even the national championship, he was for sure my first pick. Gonna be.
Yeah.
All right,
on to
good
the
pick,
next,
Alex.
Isaac.
Good pick. All right, so I'm going with one of my team's guys too. I mean, there's a lot of good guys that could have gone on the D line, and I know this is another one that Jack may have wanted. But I'm going with Howard Cross out of Notre
The
Dame.
third.
The third. Just some stats on him real quick. He had in 2023 he had 66 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. I mean, if you think of him, you think of the Duke game he had against Riley Leonard early in last season. No, they couldn't block him. They tried everything in their power, and he was just manhandling grown men on the line. So I mean, the last play of the game for Duke's offense was a sack by Howard Cross, and he forced a fumble. So I mean, I feel pretty confident in this pick. I like him. He's gonna have a great ball. He's gonna ball out this season, so I'm excited to see what he does.
Yep, great pick. He was my second guy I was going to pick, so now my top 1 and 2 are off the board.
The blessings of picking third.
Hey, I have a lot more lined up, so don't you guys worry.
Good pick, Isaac.
Thank you.
All right, you guys ready for mine here?
Oh yeah, we're ready.
So I'm going to go with Deone Walker from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was rated 81.7 in the PFF run defense, and he had 51 pressures last year. I mean, this guy's a dog. If he's on any D-line, he's going to get to that quarterback, and he's going to stop a run.
Yep. He's going to be a big part of what Kentucky's going to try to build this next season. I think they lost a lot of guys on both offense and defense, so I
Mhm.
think he's gonna be one of the main guys that's got to make a lot of their plays up in the trenches.
For sure.
Alex, got anything about it or no?
I know the name. I don't really know much about him, and I don't know ball apparently. So, but yeah, I think it's a good pick, and yeah, I'm excited to see what Kentucky does next year.
Yeah.
And obviously, they've been good. They've been decent for a lot of years, and I think their defense has kind of helped. Maybe I don't really watch Kentucky that much, but when I do get to see them, there's usually a defensive highlight in their post game highlights. So.
Yeah,
Wasn't much
man.
defense against Clemson in their bowl game
Oh
last year.
no, not at all.
I mean, they've been running pretty good football games ever since Will Levis.
Yeah. Hey, if you didn't see our Instagram post, we went to go see him in Tennessee. So shout out
That
to
guy
Titans for
has
holding
the
us out.
biggest cannon in the NFL.
Biggest
biggest
cannon
cannon.
ever. All right, moving on.
All right, on to the next. On to the
On
next.
to the next part. We spin the wheel and see where the next position is. We have the end, so we can pick is one of our two DNs that we're gonna have in our team. So, Alex, go ahead. Ready when you are.
Okay, this guy, I know the name again, and I'm gonna look him up again because I want to get his stats right. He plays for Tennessee, and his name is James. I think it's Pierce, right?
Yeah.
Or it's Pierce. Pierce.
Hold
James
on.
Pierce Jr.
Yeah.
Pierce.
Well, whatever it is. He's obviously a good player to be on my draft, and I'm sure it was Isaac's because I saw that reaction.
He was on
And I'm pretty
everybody.
sure Jack had him too. But
He was mine, but he wasn't my first.
yeah, I didn't really know who I wanted at my first DN, but you know what? I'm happy with this pick. He had a total of 27 tackles last year, 18 solo, nine nine assists, and then 9.5, 9.5 sacks. Sorry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, the stats speak for themselves. I mean, and that's SEC ball,
Mm-hmm.
and we all know what that means for Tennessee and everybody in the SEC. Defenses played better, big time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I had him on my draft board. Just some other stats here. I saw that he had a 23.3 sack rate and 21.3. My bad, and then a pass rusher rating of 92.4, which is absolutely crazy.
Yep. Ridiculous. Yep. Well, yeah, that was a good pick. I mean, there's a lot of people considering him one of the best or the best player in college football this coming up season, and defensively and overall. So those 9.5 sacks. He also had 2 forced fumbles. I mean, he's a complete monster at end. So good pick. I wish you didn't pick him so I could have him, but you can't argue with you for picking him. All right, so I'm gonna
Don't
go
hate
with
the
a guy.
player, hate the game.
All right. I'm gonna go with my number 2 DN on my draft board. I'm gonna pick Abdul Carter out of Penn State. So that's my guy. I have his stats right here. He in 2023 he had 49 tackles, 4.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. Jack, I think you might have his pressures or no?
Nope, I didn't have
No.
him.
All right. Well, he good. I mean, he's part of the reason why Michigan ran the ball the rest of the game because they just couldn't block him and Chop Robinson. So I'm pretty confident of this pick. I like him a lot. I think he's gonna be a big part of the Big Ten's defensive. I think he's gonna be a Big Ten defensive all conference this year. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do. In Happy Valley.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Penn State's defense was regarded as one of the best in college football last year, for sure. So definitely not a sleeper on that end.
Yep, good pick, Isaac. Yeah, I agree with you on that Big Ten all defensive team. I think that's what you said. He's gonna be a beast for Penn State, and I think he's gonna be a big part of the reason why they're so successful this year.
Yep. I hopefully I'm right. I mean, they got Tom Allen, Indiana's old head coach, as defensive coordinator now there. and he's a pretty pressure heavy guy. So I'm sure they give him plenty of opportunities to go show what kind of skills he has on the field. So, Jack, go ahead.
So my left end, which I'm glad none of you guys took, because probably because you're a little biased to this team, but I'm taking Jack Sawyer from OSU,
Yeah.
Ohio State, baby. So here, a little bit of stats on him. He's the only end in the FBS to earn a 85 plus in run defense and pass rusher, which is crazy. So he can stop a run and he can rush the passer. And he had 48 total tackles with 24 solo, 6.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles last year. So this guy's just a workhorse on that end, getting it done at rushing or running.
Yeah, that's a good pick. He's on my board. He just wasn't my first pick, but he's gonna be a beast. I mean, they brought everybody back from that Ohio State team from last year, so they're gonna be very, very, very good on defense as well. I mean, they're gonna be the best in probably the country because of just the amount of talent they brought back from last year. But yeah, good pick. I like it.
Yeah, and they almost beat Notre Dame last year too, right?
Yep, they definitely did. I mean, we forgot how to count to 11. We only counted this many. Only 10.
Yeah, Jack. He wasn't on my draft board, obviously.
You
but,
hater, son. You gotta take the blinders off.
I know
Alex.
all those Michigan fans. I swear. But I agree with that. I mean, watching him in person last year in the Michigan game, we really didn't run the ball that well against them last year, and that was our identity. And we had to find other ways to obviously come out as a winner. But yep, I'm gonna say that was a decent pick. I'll give you that.
Alrighty.
It was a great pick.
It was a generational pick.
Franchise changing pick.
Yeah, man. Whatever you think.
All right, moving on. Going back to the wheel. Let's see what our next position is. All right, we are going to our next D tackle. So maybe Jack can get one that he wants. Maybe he can't. Well, we'll see. So Alex, kick us off here.
Again, I hate to be that Michigan fan that just picks everybody on that championship roster, but I'm gonna go with Kenneth Grant on this one. He probably wasn't the number one pick for you guys, but I figured that him and Mason Graham totally play so well together, and we could see it in the national championship game when he got a sack on Michael Penix in I think the first or second quarter. But yeah, he was only I think he was only a freshman last year, or no, yeah, he was a freshman. No, he was a sophomore.
I think he's
a junior. He's a junior this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was an awesome player last year for us and them, Michigan, and they had 20. He had 29 total tackles, 16 solo, 13 assists. He had three and a half sacks, and he also had one of the most impressive plays in college football last year when he ran down Penn State's running back.
Yeah.
In that game, I mean, holy cow!
Looking like Larry Allen out there.
He's 339 pounds and he's running that fast.
It's crazy.
So that's all I gotta say.
Larry Allen would be proud. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah, good pick, Alex. And I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna blame you for picking all Michigan players when they literally bring back one of the best defensive lines in the country. So the fact that you got the number one overall pick, you should use that to all your ability. So, but Kenneth Grant's a monster. I mean, I don't know if anybody remembers this sack in the national championship, but he literally bullied the center and then he threw Michael Penix like he was a rag doll. That was ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna be good this year. I can't wait to see what him and Mason Graham can do for the Wolverines.
Yeah, for sure. I think Kenneth Grant's pretty good. He was probably my second or third pick I was gonna go for. And I mean, that dude's just a horse. He was playing behind Chris Jenkins last year, so he's gonna get a lot more looks this year. And I think he's gonna take it and run with it.
Yep. Yep. All right. I like that pick. All right. Sound the alarm, boys. I'm going to the meme pick. I'm
Uh-oh.
going to the meme pick. This is the one that I'm really excited about because he's just a man amongst boys. I'm going Desmond Watson out of Florida, D line. If you guys don't know who he is, look up a picture. He is gigantic.
I'm sure Grayson will know.
Yeah, he will. But he is just ridiculously huge. His stats, I mean, he doesn't have the best stats, but he's also like just put in there to take up 4 gaps.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey, little stat here. 6'5", 464. If
yeah,
you
there you
guys
go.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's literally all you need to know. His stats from 2022. I picked his. Oh, I have both of them here. He had 25 total tackles, and in 2023 he had 11 total tackles and 1 sack. So I mean, if you want to stop the run and have no one run by you in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of the field, put him in. Put him in.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just take up 3 linemen. But I was really excited about that pick. I think he's gonna anchor down my D line.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
Yeah, that's a good meme pick. I'm get a few laughs, I think. But whoever that one quarterback is that got sacked by him, you need to run a little bit more in the summer, son. This
Yeah.
is college football.
You're getting chased down by a guy who weighs 400 plus pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Hmm. Come on, watch a
Time to do
watch
those
a
half
Lamar
gassers.
highlight video.
It's time to run those half gassers, son.
Yes, sir.
Uh, go ahead, Jack. Next pick.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go with another Ohio State boy, Tyleek Williams from Ohio State, D tackle.
Dang.
He had 26 run defense stops. He had an 82.4 PFF grade in 2022, which he had a little bit less last year. He had a 68.4, so he had kind of a down year. But I mean, this guy had 54 total tackles with 20 solos, 3 sacks, and 1 fumble recovery. I mean, I don't know how you could call that a bad year for anyone.
Yeah, literally. Uh, yeah, like I said earlier, this is a great pick because of just the amount of talent Ohio State brings back. So I won't get into deep about it again, but he's a really good player. He's going to be on one of the best teams in college football this season. So it's going to be exciting to see what the Buckeyes do this season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unbiased opinion. Biased opinion. I hope they suck.
I mean, he's definitely going to be in the national championship playoff picture until they play Michigan at the end of the year. As always.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Sure. Alex, got any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know ball when it comes to Ohio State, but I'm gonna be honest there. But I'm sure I'll probably know some ball about them next year because they're obviously one of the best teams in the country next year. But yeah, this guy sounds good and good. I guess a decent pick
Yeah,
again.
Alex, just for a little better visualization, think of Kenneth Grant, but like times 1,000 for Tyleek Williams.
All right,
Oh,
I'll
man.
picture
Just
that.
better in every single aspect.
Just kidding. I don't want to.
Completely mind blocked from Ohio State. I don't want to do anything about them.
I don't even know who they are anymore right now, at least.
Oh, man. All right. Moving on to the next position. Gonna spin the wheel. We are at our first safety. So, Alex, let's kick us off here
Wait,
again. Let's see who you have.
what safety is it?
Is it?
Strong or free?
Yeah. Just
Free safety. Sorry.
Okay.
okay. Yeah. Let me get this guy up real fast, and I will get back with you.
Just say your first player, Alex. It's not gonna
It
matter.
is Malik Starks. The Georgia defensive free safety defensive back. And yeah, all I've read about this guy, all I could see is good things. I mean, Georgia has been one of the most like the biggest, best program in the country for last how many years? 5, 4. 3. Like it doesn't even it does it and it's basically a lot of a defense. And yeah,
They're
this
just
kid's
dominant and
yeah.
everything.
I'm like lost in words because there's nothing bad I could say about Georgia right now.
Yeah.
Like and he is just a awesome weapon in the back end of the field, and he is. I just wonder how he's gonna do next year. He had last season. He had let me see. He had 31 total tackles, and he had I think 3 interceptions. Right? Am I wrong for that? But yeah, sorry I don't know ball for this guy, but I know enough to say that he's a good player and he should be on my team.
Yeah. I mean, can't really go wrong there. I mean, he's a dog from Georgia, so let's. I'm sure we could find someone who can say some bad stuff. I'm sure our close buddy Jalen Milrow could.
Yeah, he could probably.
Jack, you gonna say something?
No, sir. I'm gonna leave it there. Alex, good pick.
I mean, he was on my board too.
Hey, it wasn't on my board.
Okay.
It was not on my board.
Really?
I promise. I got better guys.
Okay, maybe it's just one of this better guys. His name's Xavier Watts.
Nope, wasn't him.
Wow. I'm taking Xavier Watts as my free safety. I mean, he won an award. I can't really find the exact name, but he won a defensive award last season. He had 52 total tackles, 0.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 7 interceptions. I mean, you watched the Caleb Williams game. He threw 2 of them to Xavier Watts, and we just locked the number one pick in the draft this past year up. I mean, there was nothing USC could have done that day that was working for them and it was a lot because of what Xavier was able to do. So I'm taking Xavier Watts. He's coming back for his fifth year, I think, and I'm excited to see what he could do and build off his last season.
He's at Oregon?
Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I was just thinking about the games Caleb Williams didn't play very well in, and I know Oregon was one. But no, I mean that sounds like a good pick, Isaac. He wasn't on my board though, because I mean I don't like Notre Dame.
Oh, so you're blinded by the light too?
No, I had Howard Cross on my board.
Okay.
All right.
That's beautiful.
Free safety. I mean, obviously this guy must have skipped over y'all's head. Caleb Downs from Ohio State University. Or no, from Alabama, now at Ohio State University.
That's 3 picks in a row for you, Jack.
Hey.
Are you an Ohio State fan?
I don't pick where they go to college. I just pick them because of their stats. First team All-American as a true freshman. 16 coverage stops. 88.9 PFF coverage grade. Let's get into some tackles here. 107 total tackles, with 70 of them being solo. 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 picks. This kid's the real deal if you need a run stop and safety.
Yep. He was on my board. I mean, I was probably going to go with him next. I'm kind of just throwing the 2 best available players at whatever safety I can get.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they can learn both. But good pick. Caleb Downs is going to be a ridiculous player for the Buckeyes. Like, everybody on that defense is ridiculous. Yeah. So
it's scary.
It's scary. Yep. Good pick. Alex, got anything about him?
Oh yeah, Caleb Downs is a dog. I'll say that about him right now. I mean, he's the only Ohio State player that I obviously know a lot about because I feel like we would hear his name almost every Saturday because he just does an incredible game again over and over and over again. And yeah, Caleb Downs is a beast. I was a little upset when he picked Ohio State. I was really hopeful when those rumors came out that he was going to transfer away from Ohio State, but ended up being false. But so I'm not really excited to see him in late November. I'll say that right now.
Right. I don't think anybody is the entire season is going to excited to see that entire Buckeyes team.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what happens.
And this guy's got a couple more years. I mean, this guy's a true freshman, so that's really amazing.
Yeah. All right, good picks, guys. All right, moving on to our next position. I just spun the wheel, see what we get. we got corner, first corner. So I bet Jack's really excited to find out who Alex is gonna pick here, but I know who I'm picking. I know who Alex is probably gonna pick, and I know who you're probably gonna pick. So I'm not really worried about it.
I think
Alex,
I
go
know
ahead.
who you're gonna pick, Isaac, and I hope I know.
Yeah.
I hope there's some bias in your pick here. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're gonna jump back on this Michigan train real fast. So
We ain't even jumped off it, Alex.
we
Never
we're
even
just keep
left.
on going. Just keep on going. Anyways, so obviously no surprise here. I'm gonna pick Will Johnson. I don't really need to say a lot about him, and especially
Come on.
especially in that national championship game. Let's go back to the beginning of the third quarter. Washington is starting with the ball after halftime. Penix throws it. It could be out of bounds. He's throwing it out of bounds. It gets tipped up by Johnson, and he literally scoops it from the ground, his own deflection, and with like a receiver all over him. It was like the greatest interception I've seen in college
In that
football
atmosphere.
that season.
Yep.
In that atmosphere, I mean, it was ridiculous. I don't need to say much about him. I don't need to even say his stats. He had an awesome year. I know he dealt with some injuries, but he definitely is one or the best corner in the college football this year.
Yeah, just look at what he did against Marvin Harrison Jr. for when he
Yep.
was in. I mean,
I didn't want to say it.
I mean, he's the real deal. He's got every single tool, but he's gonna be good for the Wolverines also. I mean, we're going through these Big Ten defenses, and most of them are from the Big Ten and the SEC. So it's going to be a show this season. I'm excited.
Yeah, this could be his last season, and it's sad, but just a little bit more. There was rumors about him playing offense this year.
Oh God!
So I am super excited to see what he can do on the offensive side ball, if that's true. So
That would be crazy.
He'd be nuts. He was on my board.
Yep, I think he was on everybody's, but that's not who I was gonna pick first. But yeah, I'm a little biased still here a little bit. I'm slowly getting on the train. Not as fast as Alex. Not as fast. I am taking Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame. I mean, I've seen, I've watched, I've been watching him since his freshman year. I mean, he's been a complete freak. I watched his pick six against Clemson when we upset in South Bend. I watched his 3-pick game against, I think it was Navy. No, it wasn't Navy. It was Georgia Tech, I think. It might have been. I don't know. But he had 3 picks in the complete blizzard game. I mean, me and my friends were just so excited. And now he's going into his junior year this year. His stats last year were not as good as but his sophomore years, but that's his freshman year. But he had 31 tackles and 3 interceptions. So, I mean, he's looking to build onto his draft stock this year if he decides to leave, which I hope he doesn't, just because how he's like the third, or I think he's the second best ranked corner by Greg McElroy right now. So, I mean, I think he nailed that. So, I think he's going to be great. I mean, he's going to help this Notre Dame secondary be really strong. And I'm excited to see what this Notre Dame defense as a whole can do.
Yeah, for sure. I had Benjamin Morrison on my draft board. A little farther down, though, because, I don't have any blinders on.
I have like the blinders where you can see the solar eclipse. You have a little bit of light. Alex just has black. He doesn't see anything.
Alex is just staring at a wall.
no, I looked at the eclipse and I'm blind. So, yeah.
Alex has blue and maize stuck in front of his face. He's just putting his nose right on it. Yeah, literally. Like he can't see anything outside of blue and maize. So, all right, Jack, go ahead.
All right, y'all. A little repeat from last time for my corner. I'm going with Neon Dion's fifth son, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy. I mean, last year he had 31 total tackles, 23 of them were solo, 3 picks. And that first TCU game, you could tell this guy was going to be a dog in a Power 5 school, which he was. So that's my pick.
Yeah, I mean, Travis Hunter was one of the DBs that was on my board, so I was looking forward. I'm looking forward to see what he can do this season. I mean, you watched that first TCU game.
Mm-hmm.
He had a pick. He had a touchdown. Heisman would be at his house right now if he got 2 more. I mean, Dion knows he's the real deal. So
Yeah.
great pick. Yep. Alex, got anything about it?
You guys covered it pretty well. I mean, Travis Hunter is a weapon on both sides of the ball. I'm interested to see what Colorado does. I hope they're a lot better than what they were last year. I know that a lot of people were super excited for them, especially with their star power. But yeah, I hope that they do really well this year, and I wonder if they're gonna win the conference this year. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yep. All right, moving on. Spinning the wheel, and let's see who we get. We have the other safety. We got the strong safety here now. Let's get into it. Alex, go ahead.
Now this one is a toss up for me. I don't know who I'm gonna really pick right now, but I'm gonna choose right now. Now I'm ready.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now, guys.
Right
Right
now.
Right now. Let's hear it.
He was a true freshman last year. He did play for my Wolverines.
No, I already did
Caleb
Caleb Downs.
No, yeah, okay. But he transferred to Alabama, and I think Isaac knows who I'm gonna pick right now. And I'm gonna pick Keon Sabb. Keon Sabb, he didn't have a lot of play time last year, but when he got in, he made the most of his reps. And I mean, there's not really much else I can say about him. He's a good player. He's a dog. And he had total tackles. He had 28 last year with 14 solo. I mean, he did get in, but obviously having like Will Johnson and Quentin Johnson or Josh Wallace and all those people in front of him, I understand that he transferred away, but now I would like him back on the team, but it's too late for that now. But I'm excited to see what he does at new Alabama team. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Kalen DeBoer is gonna turn him into a beast over there in Alabama, I believe. And if he's in the one spot, he's getting playing time. He'll be damn good.
Yep.
Yep. I think Kalen DeBoer got a good one with this transfer, but I don't know much about him, but I know enough to know who he is. So, yep, good pick. I am gonna go with. Oh, where is it? I just had his name. I'm gonna go with Jeremiah Cooper out of Iowa State. I don't have his stats up right now for him. He wasn't my first pick, but all I know is that he's rated in the top 100 college football players this upcoming season. I mean, I've seen his highlights all over YouTube and TikTok. He's very underrated and he's very solid. So I am more than happy to have him on my squad. He's gonna be very good for those Cyclones down there in Iowa. So I'm excited to see what he can do this next season.
Mm-hmm. Yep, good pick.
Yep.
I'm surprised neither of you had Kevin Winston Jr. from Penn State on your draft boards.
I had him.
Dude.
I had him.
I didn't.
I should have, but I went with my gut.
He was good, but I didn't. I'm not picking him. He was my second free safety option. So I got a legend pick here coming up.
Ooh,
At safety, strong safety. Troy Polamalu from USC, baby.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
There we go.
281 tackles over his 4 years there with 6 interceptions, and he's dedicated to the Pac-12 All-Century team. So,
yeah,
dude did some work there, did a little bit of work in the NFL, and now he's doing Head & Shoulders commercials. What else could you want?
I guess he had a good career.
Yeah.
Never heard of him before, but, sounds all right.
Yeah, I think he played for the Steelers. Doesn't really ring a bell.
No, yeah, I like that pick. Yeah, that's a great pick. Troy Polamalu is a dog, and he's just a dog. So you can't really say much more about him. You already covered it all. So good pick, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can say about this guy that you guys already said.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, we
He
all know
has a
this.
sick flow.
He does have a sick flow, and
Better than mine.
yeah, I mean, better than all of them. Better than all of ours, really. Jack doesn't even have one.
You gotta get that head and shoulders. You gotta get that head and shoulders, boys.
That's the secret right
Yes,
there.
sir.
That's the
Hey, Head and
secret.
Shoulders sponsor us. We're ready. All right. That was our last strong safety pick. So spinning the wheel right here. We are going into our first linebacker pick. So this is a big one for me. We were talking about this. We weren't sure who was really good. So I'm excited to see who we all pick. So let's hear it.
For my number one linebacker pick, I'm gonna pick Jay Higgins from Iowa. I don't know if you guys know who this is, but if when you hear Iowa, you think defense.
Yes,
and
sir.
That's what it's been for, I don't even know, 100 years now, because that's how long I felt that they didn't have an offense. But but I'm gonna give you a little stats that he had last year. He had 171 total tackles in 2023, 79 are solo, 92 assists, 2 sacks, forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and he also had an interception and a pass, 3 pass deflections. I mean, that's a linebacker. I mean, he's one of the best, probably one of the best on the team for Iowa, and I'm glad I got him on my team.
Yeah, for sure. I had him second on my draft board. Another thing about him was he has a crazy he took 985 snaps last year.
Yeah.
So I think he was the number one he played the most snaps at linebacker last year out of the whole college football.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just nuts. Nuts.
Defenders.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not like I don't want to be like this guy, but I'm not shocked that he played that amount of snaps just because of who they had on offense. But no, he's gonna be great. Iowa's just a great defensive school, so it's good pick. You can't go wrong with an Iowa linebacker.
Yep. You think I know what you think tight ends and defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And special teams.
Yeah. Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean. Even though he did everything, honestly.
Yeah.
You could have put him on wide receiver and he probably would have scored a touchdown at least.
I'm taking you over on that one.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to my linebacker pick. I'm using a legend pick here. I'm really excited about this. He just got inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame literally like maybe yesterday. So I'm happy I thought about him, and I'm happy that no one else picked him. I'm taking Manti Te'o out of Notre Dame. I mean, his total career stats are he had 437 tackles, 8.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 7 interceptions, Heisman runner-up, and he's now a College Football Hall of Famer. He was a complete animal. I mean, you saw him during that Stanford game when he played there. He was part of the stand when the Stanford was literally on the 1-inch line. They didn't get in. We won the game. He was incredible. He was a big part of why we made it to the national championship game against Bama, even though we got smacked. But I'm really happy that I was able to get Manti. I mean, if he just stays away from those imaginary girlfriends, I think we'll be great.
Stay off Tinder, Manti.
Stay away from Manti. He needs to be playing good.
You got to meet this chick in real life, Manti. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Manti.
Yeah, no.
Now he has to deal with AI too. Like, dude, this guy.
Oh, no.
No, it's over for him.
Don't
It's
do my
over.
boy like that. Don't do him like
It's
that.
over for him.
Pack your bags. You're going home.
Man, don't do Manti like that.
No, that's a great pick. Whenever you think of great middle linebackers, you think of Manti Te'o.
Yep. Manti Te'o is the beast, and all I hear is good things about him. And even though he didn't have that little, whatever you want to call it, but you can't say that this kid did not do a lot for Notre Dame and what they have at that program, and he was the beast.
Yep.
For sure.
Huge congrats to Manti for getting inducted to the Football Hall of Fame. Let's give him a round of applause, guys. Round of applause. Huge supporters here. Go ahead, Jack.
All right. So I'm glad I got this guy. I'm picking Harold Perkins from LSU. Junior. Harold Perkins Jr. Last year, he had 74 total tackles. 43 of them are solo, 5.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. This guy's a beast. As a true sophomore in 2022, he had a 91.0 PFF grade, which is nuts. Last year at 81.1, so he kind of fell off, but I mean, he still had crazy numbers, and he's going to be a great middle linebacker this year, playing SEC ball.
Yep.
Great pick. I'm not gonna go into it as much as you did, but I think he's a great pick. He's gonna be very solid this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good pick, Jack. I mean, LSU is LSU and LSU is SEC. So
I appreciate
right.
that, Alex.
yeah, no problem.
Let me get that. Let me record that real quick. Let me say that again. All right. Spinning the wheel. All right, we're going to our next DN. So it's been a while since we picked our first DN. So let's see who you got, Alex.
I'm gonna go with. I feel bad that I'm gonna be like, not pronouncing his name right, which I'm gonna totally butcher it. But Ashton, is it Ashton Gillette or Gillette?
I think it's Gillette.
Gillette, yeah. I think you're right. Holy
Okay,
cow.
if you haven't noticed so far on You Don't Know Ball podcast that we can't pronounce names as good, we don't pronounce names well. So
At all.
At all. Go ahead, Alex.
I mean, we all Louisville. I mean, Louisville hasn't. They had a lot of success last year, and a big part of it is their defense, honestly. And we go, I'm sorry, Isaac, but when we watched the Notre Dame game, he was all over the field, and he was, I mean, Louisville was just a great team last year, and he was a big part of it. He had 45 total tackles, 23 solo and 22 assists with 11 sacks. I mean, and 3 forced fumbles and 1 recovery. And I can't say much about him because I don't know ball, obviously. And but I'm excited to see what Louisville does, and especially with Ashton.
Yep. I mean, Louisville was very good last year for is it Coach Fromm or no, it's not. I don't know.
No, I think it is from.
I don't know, but
whatever.
he was that Louisville team was great. They really did kick Notre Dame's butt behind when we went down there and played them. So I'm excited to see what they can do with all their new transfers in and what that defense can do.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's Brom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And I think Gillot would be how I pronounce it.
Yeah.
Gillot.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Ashton Gillette, Ashton Gillette, Ashton Gillette, Ashton
Guillotine. Whatever the hell.
Ashton
Just get in there and sack the quarterback, man.
Ashton sacks the quarterback. Whatever your last name is, you're going to be a beast.
I need you to be good.
I need you to be good.
For sure.
All right, so I am going to take Nick Scranton, I think is that how you spell his name. I'm looking up his stats right now because he's my third DN on the board. And Nick Scorton, sorry. See, there's another very good at pronouncing names.
We need to tally these, honestly.
Where's he from?
I can't find his stats, but he's from Texas A&M. He was pretty. Yeah, so I'm taking the Aggie here, so I feel pretty confident about just because they're in the SEC, so I know they can play D-line there. And I'm
Mhm.
excited to see what Mike Elko could do with this defense since he's taking over the reins from Jimbo Fisher. And I just think they're going to be solid. I mean, they're not going to be the best team, and I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be way better than they were last year, and I think he's going to be a part of it.
Mhm.
Part of the reason.
Yeah, I mean that guy's definitely going to be good. I don't know about Texas A&M because, I mean, that's a hard pull to be good in with who they play. They're playing
Yep.
Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, probably at least
Yep.
those three teams.
Weekly.
LSU probably too. So
Yep.
They have to play like
they
I
have
mean
a
it's
tough
like them in Florida, like everybody in the SEC is just a tough schedule. So that's why
Mhm.
they call it they call that where football is getting played. So
Hey, Isaac, I bet you're hoping for your Fighting Irish to go down there to Aggie Land and
I'm definitely
beat
scared
them.
of the
to
12th
Kyle
man.
Field.
I'm scared of the 12th man.
I would be too. I mean,
I'd be scared of Kyle, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, in Marcus we trust. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I got a meme pick here. Kind of a sad meme, really. I'm going with Sean Oakman from Baylor. When you think, well, back in about 2018, when you thought college football, this is all you thought about. This beast of a man out here at Baylor with that golden helmet. I can imagine the picture right now. This dude had a really sad story, but it's pretty meme worthy, I guess. And that woman who accused him of that should be in prison for a long, long time.
Yep.
Amen.
But at Baylor, he had 126 total tackles, 91 solos, 17 and a half sacks, and 2 forced fumbles in 3 years. Destined first round pick turned into someone who didn't even go to the NFL. Really sad
Yeah.
story.
Really disappointing for how his career ended up. He had so much talent. It's just, I mean, what's done is done. And Sean Oakman was a dog in college.
Oh, yeah.
That picture is ridiculous.
Scary dude.
Yeah, scary. So, yeah, great pick.
Yeah. When you think about Baylor
Mm-hmm.
and when you see the face mask that he wore and you're going out to a coin toss against that man, you might as well just pack your bags and go home because you're not winning that game.
Right. For sure.
You think of Baylor, you see Laquan McGowan, and you see Sean Oakman. The two
Yep.
biggest dudes you're going to see in your entire life.
And somehow, I have to give credit, somehow Michigan State did end up beating them. So
Yeah. Yeah. Ridiculous. All right. Good picks. We're down to our last 3 position groups. Alex, I don't know if you've used your meme pick yet or your legend pick. So I'd like to see who you have here. Jack has used his legend pick and his meme pick, and I've used my legend pick and my meme pick. So I'm ready to see what Alex has got. Let's see what the position is. We are on the other corner. So Alex, let's see it.
I'm gonna jump back on that Michigan train. It's gonna be a legend pick.
Oh God, I know who this is.
Oh, I know
When
who this
you
is.
hear Michigan, especially for this guy, you think of Charles Woodson.
Yeah, baby. Heisman.
Charles Woodson, and he is a Heisman. He is the only defensive Heisman winner ever in college football,
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
and that's all I need to say about him. I mean, Charles Woodson was the Michigan standard for them in the I think they were the 1997 championship team, and yeah, when you look back at his highlights, I mean, especially the one that one hand pick against MSU at
Ridiculous.
MSU. Oh my God, I can watch that play over and over and over again, and I'll still be amazed. And he was a beast, and I'm sure my dad, shout out Derek Rowe, I bet he he loved Charles Woodson and what that Michigan team did.
Yep.
Legend. Just a legend.
Shout out Charles Woodson. Although I think there are some defensive players that have definitely been robbed of a Heisman.
Yeah, Manti Te'o being one
Nope.
of them.
Chase Young.
Nope.
Chase Young.
Chase
Nope.
Young?
Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
Chase Young, Teo. I mean, Teo lost to Johnny Football, so I can't really say he was robbed. But
Yeah, that's tough. But no, Charles Woodson. I mean, he played both sides of the ball too, didn't he?
Yep, he did. But here, let me pull up some of his stats. I don't know if it's correct, but he on defense he had 162 tackles,
Mm-hmm.
and then and you want to hear some receiving yards? He had receiving stats. He had 25 receptions, 402 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So he got on the offensive pretty a lot.
I'm
Getting
And
it
he
done.
also and he also had some rushing stats too, and he also had 2 touchdowns there. And I mean, this he did it all for Michigan, and I'm hoping Will Johnson does the same like that and hit the number 2 jersey. Shocking that two of our best players in 2 different generations are also wearing number 2.
Yep.
Dude's a legend.
Something special about it.
Yep.
All right, moving on to my corner pick. I am taking someone who's a big rival of Michigan, completely opposite. I am taking Denzel Burke out of Ohio State.
Oh
He's
God.
coming back for another year. He announced on his Instagram a while ago, and he really boosted that entire Buckeyes secondary when he told everybody he was coming back. Part of the reason why their defense is going to be really, really good this year. And he had 18 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. I mean, and 8 pass deflections. So the stats right there aren't great. But in 2021, he had those were just his solo tackles. Sorry, but he had 24 overall. But in 2021, he had 37 total tackles, and he had another interception. So I mean, he's gonna be a solid corner for the Buckeyes this season.
All right, yeah, no, good pick. Can't go wrong with Ohio State defensive pick.
Yep.
Hey, Ro, what you thinking? What you thinking about that Ohio State defensive pick?
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, I guess I'll roll into mine. I'm taking Sebastian Castro from Iowa. It said he was PFS first team All American, highest graded, and most valuable corner of 2023. I didn't come up with these stats, someone else did. 67 total tackles last year, 47 of them solo, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions. I mean, from all that I've read about this guy, he's a dog. And
Yep.
that Iowa defense is going to be crazy.
Yep.
Agreed.
I agree. All right, last 2 position groups. We have linebacker and we have our last D tackle. So let's get to it. Let's see what we got. Alex, you still have to use a meme pick in one of these 2 position groups. So, and we got D tackle. So Alex, let's hear it.
For my next D tackle, I'm gonna pick Walter Nolan. Walter Nolan from Texas A&M.
Some Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. I'm sorry. I don't know why
He transferred from Texas A&M.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Totally forgot about that. I don't know ball. Whatever.
Amateurs.
Walter Nolan.
Living
He
up
had
to the
30
name, baby.
Yeah.
Damn.
37 total tackles last year. 20 of them are solo, 17 assists, 4 sacks, and he had a pass deflection I mean, a big man, we're getting that glove up there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's a good anyways, yeah, he's a good pick, and we'll see what he does next year for Ole Miss.
For
Yep.
sure. I mean, sounds like he was getting that glove up there for sure.
One time.
Good pick. May as well just throw him back there at secondary, I guess. 1 pass
Hey,
deflection.
might as well.
See that back pedal.
All right, so I guess I'm gonna hop onto my slowly growing Notre Dame train. I'm gonna take Riley Mills out of Notre Dame. He's coming back for his 5th year senior. He's just overall a very solid D lineman. Him and Howard Cross are just dominant together when they're playing up to their full potential. I mean, it's let's go back to the Duke game. Him and Howard Cross just dominated the whole game. So I am excited to see what that Notre Dame D line group can do with their last. I think it's his last year, and Howard might go off to the draft next year too. So I'm excited to see what these guys could do in production wise, and I want to see them in the playoffs because having a home game in South Bend in late December is going to be nuts.
Delusional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, uh, yep. But
Good
all
luck
right,
seeing the field when it's snowing.
yeah. Good luck driving home, folks. We can't see the field.
No, those both sound like good picks to be paired with Howard Cross. For mine, I'm doing Peter Woods from Clemson. Old Peter here had 26 total tackles, 13 solo, one forced fumble, and there's a couple crazy stats here. It said he's third among FBS tackles and pass rush win rate, 17.1, and run defense grade, 88.6. And his PFF was 87.6, which is the third best by a true freshman since Dexter Lawrence and Ed Oliver. So, I mean, this guy's a real deal if he matches up to those two guys.
Yep. Good pick.
Good pick, Jack.
All right. We are down to our last position, and it's our last linebacker. So, Alex,
Can I say something?
yeah, what's up?
I think I should go last for this one. I
You
I
want
will.
you want to sacrifice your first pick
Now
to
he's got a
me?
it's his meme pick.
It's
I,
my
I
meme
guess you're
pick, but
right.
I want to
guess
go
you're right.
last for this. This one deserves to be last, in
All
a good
right.
way.
All right. All right. All right. I guess it's me. I'll go. I'm gonna go with Deontay Lawson out of Bama. I don't have any of his stats right now right in front of me, but when you think of Bama, you think of great linebackers, and he's going to be one of them when he leaves. I mean, he what it. I know that defense at Bama will struggle in the first half of the season a little bit. I mean, they struggled against Texas, but as they played on, they got better and better and better, and he was also a major part of that defense and why it got better and why they beat Georgia and why they made the playoffs over Florida State. So hate me, love me. I mean, Bama deserved to be over Florida State, and he showed why. So
Yep, good pick. I agree with Alabama should have been over Florida State, even though Florida State was undefeated, and I understand that undefeated teams should be in the playoff, but when you played uh, weaker opponents, and I know that might get flamed, but Alabama plays hard opponents, and I'm not saying that they don't, but Alabama consistently plays hard opponents, and I going back to the pick, I think that's a good one.
yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep, great pick. For mine, I'm doing Jamon Dumbass Johnson. I mean Dumas Johnson. He's going to Kentucky right now from Georgia. He transferred.
Yeah.
He had the 80.2 graded run defense, and since 2022, it leads linebackers and 24 with a 24.2% pressure rate. Good overall linebacker. I think he'll be very
Yep.
good.
Solid pick. I like it. All right, Alex, you sacrificed your first pick. Let's hear what you got.
All right, this guy's gonna be not known by many, but he is a stud out of a D3 school.
Oh no, bro.
You know him. You love him. The Olivet linebacker, Isaac Rowe.
I don't
Isaac
belong on
Rowe
this
is
team.
my meme pick. Our founder. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Our founder. Yeah, I mean, this kid is a beast. I watch him every Saturday when they play, and Isaac, I'm gonna let you tell him your stats. Go ahead.
Cooked.
I have 108 total tackles. I have 11 tackles for loss for 35 yards. Then I have 3 forced fumbles and 1 fumble recovery. So That's not. They might be wrong. A couple of them might be wrong. I know my tackles are right because I looked it up yesterday for my grandparents' trivia question. Not that's a terrible flex, so don't flame me for that. But shout out to the G Hops, man. Hold on, I gotta do our thing. We gotta do our thing. G Hops,
You can't
baby.
even see you.
G Hops, baby. I'm out here. Shout out the boys, bro. Wouldn't be here without them. So
Kid's a
and
dog.
shout out Big Dub.
Back-to-back weeks for all that picks. How about that?
How about
But-
that?
Yeah. I'm super excited to see what you do this season. And let's go get a 1-win moment out of this season for sure.
Yep.
Times
Well, I
12.
appreciate
Times 12. Not just 1 win.
12 1-wins.
All 12 1-wins.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't belong to be on this team, but I am humored and I appreciate being a selection. I'll just say that. I think that's it. Thank you for your support from our last episode. Keep it coming. We really appreciate it. We want to see your guys' takes. We want to see you guys. We're trying to get you guys to interact a little bit with us. We like to have some people tell us what we're wrong, what we're right, what they think. If you want some topic suggestions or just mailbag questions where we will read them on the show, send them at youdon'tknowballpodcast@gmail.com and we will get those into an episode. Also, we had a lot of requests for being a guest onto the show. Also, send your guest request to that email so I can put it on a calendar and get it sorted out. So I would really appreciate that. The boys are really excited to keep going with this. We loved it. We've loved this so far. We're gonna stay consistent. And yeah, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything, and we'll see you in the next one. And remember, you don't know ball, we don't know ball, we all don't know ball.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.
See you guys.